Okay, I am live again. We're going to try this again. If you missed the last one or you were catching up with the last one, I do apologize. I'm not sure what happened, but I completely lost signal. And so hopefully you all can see me and hear me. Sherry Summers, thank you for watching. I know you were watching the last one. Cynthia, thank you for watching. Hopefully you come back. Excuse me, because tonight I want to share with you, how do you know if infinite banking policies are right for you? And I know this is an important topic because one, the devil is trying to stop me from talking about it. Two, I know people have reached out because of things that they've seen, they've heard on the internet, they heard on TikTok, and they have questions. And so hopefully this video will answer some questions for you if you are considering getting an infinite banking policy, or if you are confused confused about whether or not you should look more into getting one of these plans or policies. So if you do not know, I am an insurance broker. My name is Terry Alford. I am known as the Women's Wealth Strategist. I specialize in helping business owners build wealth and financial freedom so that we can live, lead, and leave multi-million-dollar legacies. And with that do comes my famous, well-known strategies about how to attract abundance and retire wealthy. Well, one of the ways that you can retire wealthy is you can use an infinite banking strategy. And some people use infinite banking strategy because they want to build cash value and they want to be able to use a life insurance policy and recycle money like they would with a credit card. But the truth of the matter is, the strategy is not for everybody. It is not for everybody. So let me give you an example of how it can work in layman's terms, right? So what you're doing is you're paying money into a policy. You're paying more into the policy than what the policy costs. The insurance company has an opportunity to utilize that money and invest it however they want to, and then they pay you a return, and they put that return that you earn, that they give to you, in the cash value column. They use that cash value cash value amount to reflect how much cash value you have in the policy. Well, here's the thing. If you have a high cost of insurance because of your health, or maybe your height and your weight, your medical history, then guess what? The cost of insurance is going to be higher for you. So you will need to put a lot more money into your policy in order for a good amount of it to go towards the cash value side of that policy. So also, if you are well in your latter years, if you're in the second half, the third quarter or the fourth quarter of life, this may not be the best strategy for you, because the cost of insurance is higher when you are an older individual. So yes, you can get an infinite banking policy if you're in your 60s and 70s, but trust me, you are going to want to put in thousands in order to get a return on that money, because the cost of insurance is already higher for an individual who is that age. So if you happen to be in your 60s and 70s, then again, this strategy may not be for you. I have some other retirement planning strategies and money growth strategies that may work better. But I want to share with you some things that may give you more insight about whether or not an infinite banking policy is for you. Now, again, I do specialize in working with business owners, business women, people who are considered Henrys, if you will. Henrys are those people who are high income earners, not necessarily rich yet. And we know rich is relative, right? So you may consider someone who makes, six figures or mid six figures rich, while the next person may say you're not rich unless you bring in, at least $10 million a year. So rich is relative, but the people that I typically serve are high income earners, not rich yet. And with those high income earners not rich yet, they do benefit from strategies that include infinite banking. So, who benefits most from infinite banking? Business owners who need access to capital, real estate investors who want liquidity and tax advantages, high income earners that are looking for tax efficient strategies, and individuals who are planning generational wealth transfers and they want to leave a multi-million dollar legacy. Now, who is this not for? This is not for the people who struggle who struggle with cash flow or cannot commit to higher premiums. So if you cannot commit to putting in more money into your life insurance policy and having higher premiums for an extended period of time, then you do not want to use the infinite banking strategy just yet. Okay. And the higher premiums are going to differ based on your age, how much money you want to have later in life, and how you may be approved for that policy. Your medical history, your medical situation, your height, and your weight does matter. It does matter. You want to be able to get the best rate possible. So majority of the money that you're putting into that policy goes towards the cash value instead of the cost of insurance, if you're truly going to use this strategy as an infinite banking strategy that will give you the biggest bang for your buck on the cash value and cash accumulation side. Now, if you are looking to have the most coverage for the least amount of money, this is not the strategy for you. Okay, the least amount of money for you to pay per month or per year, this is not the strategy for you. I went live the other day and I did a video about how I feel about term policies. I do not feel that term policies are bad. I don't feel whole life policies are bad. I don't feel index universal life policies are bad. I feel like different policies and plans work for different people at different stages in their life and have different needs. So again, if you are struggling with cash flow, this may not be a strategy that you want to utilize. Okay. Another way that you can know that this plan may not be for you is if you're looking for immediate short-term gains. Well, the infinite banking strategy is not for immediate short-term gains. It takes some time. I mean, it's like when you get ready to grill, right? If you're going to grill, like you're going to season the meat and you're going to let the seasoning like marinate. You're going to give it some time and then you're going to put it on the grill. And then when you eat it, it tastes so much better. But if you just wash that chicken, wash that beef, wash that fish and put it on the grill and then just sprinkle some seasoning on it while it's already on the grill, it's not going to taste the same. It's not going to taste the same. It's not going to be as delicious. It's not going to be as flavorful. May not be as succulent either. Okay. Same thing with the policies. You want to give yourself some time. You want to give the policies some time. So if you are interested in getting an infinite banking plan or learning more how to use a whole life policy or index universal life policy for the infinite banking strategy, I really do encourage you to book your own consultation with me. It is totally free. You can go to the link that's going across the bottom of the screen or check the link in the caption of this video and book a time, and we can see how this plan may work well for you, or maybe there's another option that may work better. So again, the infinite banking policy or the infinite banking plan could be used with the whole life policy that has cash value, or it could be used more specifically with the index universal life policy. And the function and the strategy is all about having this policy to use like your own personal bank. This is one of those becoming your own bank types of strategy. It's a really good financial strategy, but again, it's not for everyone. Now, it is for you to consider if you have consistent and strong cash flow to fund the policy regularly. So financial stability and cash flow is important because again, with this strategy, you are going to pay higher premiums so that you can benefit from the additional funds that you're putting into that policy. So you want to make sure it's something you can commit to long term. You don't want to start it and then stop it and then all of that money goes to to waste. Like you want this to be something that you can commit to long term. This also may be a good strategy for you if you know that you have enough time for significant cash value to build for you. So if you need liquidity in the short term, this may not be the best approach. But if you want this as one of the tools in your financial toolbox, then it's a great option for you to look at. I believe in a diversified portfolio. You should have some risky products last. You should have some conservative products first, and then you should also have moderate products right there in the middle. And so if you are just now starting to invest, if you are just now starting to learn, I recommend that you one meet with a licensed financial professional, but secondly, I recommend that you don't just look at one thing, right? So I want you to look at the pros and the cons on everything. And again, this is a long-term commitment. This is a long-term strategy. Now, for some people, that long-term strategy may just be 10 years, and 10 years may be long to you. For others, it may be 20, 30 years. It really just depends on your own needs, your own plan, your own strategy. Sometimes people will ask me, Terry, how long do people be your client? Or how long is someone your client? Well, as long as I'm here, because if the Lord says the same, I'm going to be here. If you get this plan for your children, for yourself, 20 years from now, I still plan on being here. 20 years from now, I'll be 54. So when people sign up for these plans with me or decide to work with me, they're deciding to work with me for a long time, because that's the way that you get the biggest bang out of your buck with these products. So if you're looking for something that you're getting like instant money on like immediately, then you want to look at some other products in addition to this. I'm not saying don't look at this plan. I'm not saying don't look at infinite banking policies, but infinite banking policies are not something that you start today and then tomorrow you just instantly have $100,000. I'm gonna be honest. I can't stand when I see people say, "Oh, I got this policy today, and then I took money out, and then I started investing in real estate." Not that quick. You must have had that policy when you were a kid. And because you started, or your parents started that when you were a child, now you got money that you can use for other things. But don't go out there and tell people that they can just flip their money that fast. Like, you got to give it time. Remember the chicken, remember the barbecue, remember the ribs. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest, y'all. I like analogies. Remember the ribs, remember the barbecue. Okay, you don't want to just put the barbecue on the grill and then take it off and eat it. Like, no, you got to let that stuff marinate. Put the seasoning on, like, wrap it up and fold. Like, do y'all understand what I'm saying? If you understand, put a understand in the comment section. And I hope that I'm live, because I can't really see any comments. So if you do like this video, great. Thank you so much. If you're watching the replay, make sure you type #replay so I can see that you were able to find it. But I'm not seeing any comments. I'm not seeing any compliments. I can't even tell if I'm live. But I'm going to keep on talking like I am, because somebody may be able to get this in on the back end in a few days or so. Okay, so the next point that I want to bring up is your tax advantage strategies that you get when you do utilize the infinite banking policy. So if you want to create a tax advantage self-financing system, then the infinite banking policy can work well for you. And it does work well for business owners, for investors, for those who want to pass on generational wealth. If your goal is high returns in a short period of time, again, you want to look at something else. But one thing I love about the infinite banking plans is they do have something called accelerated living benefits coverage, which means if for whatever reason you become ill and you are not able to work the same way that you have been working, you can pull money from that life insurance, that accelerated living benefit, and use that to take care of your business expenses, to take care of your living expenses, to make sure that you hire someone and have a team that you can pay to continue to make sure that your business is running, to make sure that your household is running, to pay up your mortgage, to pay off your medical bills. So it is something that I do recommend everybody have. Even if you don't have the infinite banking type of life insurance, I recommend you do have a life insurance policy with those accelerated living benefits, whether you're getting a term policy, a whole life policy, or index universal life policy. Okay. Now, if you want to receive stock market like gains but not experience all the losses, but you want to be able to grow that cash value, then you want to look at doing an infinite banking strategy with an index universal life policy. If you are more focused on stability in the death benefit or stability in the face amount, then you want to use a whole life policy. The policies that give you like the greatest return, if we're comparing like whole life and index universal life policies, it's going to be those index universal life policies. They're going to give you the greater return long term, also known as the IUL. Okay. So another thing that I recommend that you take a look at are the tax benefits and the estate planning that can be paired up with the infinite banking plan. So if you do decide to take a loan from your policy because you have given it that time to build a cash value, those policy loans are not taxed. And the death benefit is income tax free for your beneficiaries. And this is very, very important because sometimes when people pass away, their beneficiaries are left with their estate, but they have to pay state taxes. Well, if you have a great enough plan, if you have a big enough policy, then that can help offset some of those estate taxes if you do have a large estate. Okay. And again, with those loans, you do not have to record those loans as income. So if you do take a loan from the money that is in your policy and you do use that to invest in real estate or the market or whatever it is that you want to invest in after that, guess what? You don't have to report that as income because we don't count loans as income now, do we? So that's one of the reasons why the wealthy, they do use infinite banking strategies as a way to help them offset their taxes, but it's also one of the tools in their financial tool belt when they are building their portfolio. So again, I thank you for watching this video. If you have more questions, if you want to see an illustration, if you want me to show you examples and see if these plans are a great fit for you and how much money they can build up and grow for your future, I highly recommend that you set an appointment. You can go to the link that's going across the bottom of the screen. And if you have any more questions and you don't feel comfortable putting them in the comment section of this video, just send me a DM. Okay, just send me a DM. I've been licensed to do this for some time, and I've been full-time in my business since 2019. So you do the math on that. At the time of this video, the recording of this video, I've been in business full-time for 5 years. 5 years. So again, if you have questions about it, you can send me a DM. I thank you so much for watching. And if you know somebody that needs to see this video, share it with them. If you found this video to be inspirational, type inspirational. If you found this video to be educational, type educational. If you found this video to be motivational, type motivational. Okay. Last but not least, I do have 2 webinars that are coming up this weekend. Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Time, I am doing a webinar, a masterclass called Leveraging Your Life Insurance License. So if you do have a life insurance license and you don't know how to use it, or maybe you've only been doing final expense policies, maybe you only know how to do one type of policy, but you don't know the first thing about infinite banking policy or investment grade life insurance policies, then I highly recommend you check into that webinar. I'll put the information in the comment section of the video. For that webinar, it is this Saturday on February the 22nd at 9 a.m. And then the second webinar that I'm doing is on February the 23rd at 6 p.m. It is called All business owners deserve to retire wealthy. So I will show you a couple of infinite banking strategies with the life insurance policies, but I'm also going to show you some other products that you really want to be aware of, especially if you want to build a multi-million dollar legacy and you want to retire with six-figure retirement streams over six-figure retirement dreams. I have clients that will be retiring with six figures coming in every year from multiple accounts and multiple plans. And I'm glad to be the agent of record on those plans, on a couple of those plans. Okay. So if you want to know how those plans look and you want to know if those plans are right for you, I recommend that you reach out, or you can RSVP for the Retire Wealthy webinar on Sunday, February 23rd at 6 p.m. Central Time. I thank you so much for watching my live on today. If you are watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. And if you're watching this on Facebook or LinkedIn, make sure you give me a heart or a like. Have a great night. Adios.